So the situation with Hell is kinda cooked. Now, I've talked to both of the developers and I talked to Dave, and I'll just give you a rundown of basically everything that happened yesterday. So, let's just start. So, obviously I wanted to get my copyright strike removed because, you know, TypeSoul did copyright strike me. What I did is I directly contacted Lanray, or Lanry. I really don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, bro. Either way, I talked to him, and he told me basically go talk to Dave, and I'll just show the message, you know, on the screen. I'll just put screenshots or whatever. Anyways, he's telling me to go talk to Dave about it, and if Dave says to remove it, then he's gonna remove the copyright strike. So I'm like, how do I even get into contact with Dave? First of all, I'm banned. So anyways, I just go ask Cetro, hey Cetro, you got a moment? I need to be in a GC with Dave so we can talk about this. Now he's like, yeah, sure. And after that, my food comes, so I'm going to eat, right? And also, I just got to bring in groceries, yada, 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 you know, real life things. While that's happening, I didn't know they were already talking, so there was just a huge argument before I even came in. And I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but I came in basically when it was resolved. So basically what they agreed on is to not leak anything else about Hell. Either of them, I think, but mainly just Type Reborn not doing anything about it. So they can't really leak anything else about it, even though it's still murky who actually owns the map. I asked Dave, hey, can you just remove my copyright strike? And yeah, we'll agree to not leak anything or whatever. And he's like, yeah, sure. So he removes my copyright strike. And then Lanray just takes it down as well, obviously, because he said he would do it. And now I don't have a copyright strike, which is very good, very good. And that's a good thing because I didn't want to make this a whole big deal either. And as for who actually owns the Hell map is where it gets tricky, and that's why I say neither of them can really use it right now. And the reason is because neither of them even know who actually owns the map. Now, to get all the facts straight, Lanray did make the map, and Cetro did buy the map with his own funds, out of percent and out of his pocket as well, he says. Now, apparently, Cetro had agreed, and by agreed, I mean he said, yeah, sure, which is, they're saying is an agreement, and that basically means that he agreed to paying the devs out of his own pocket instead of it being from the group, therefore making it TypeSoul's property. However, Cetro still paid for it with his own money, and he also says that he didn't actually agree to that. Now, obviously, we're gonna need to see like a whole video of DMs with Cetro talking about this, because it's really hard to prove something is a agreement or they are contractually obligated to hand it over just because they said, yeah, sure. Like if I said to my friend, hey, I'm gonna give you $1,000 tomorrow, and he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Does that mean I'm contractually obligated to give him $1,000 tomorrow? No. Does it mean I'm a terrible friend for lying to him? Yes. However, it doesn't. It's very hard to prove in court that these verbal agreements or even text agreements without an actual contract is actually, you know, binding. And there's a whole bunch of legal mumbo jumbo that I could talk about, but basically neither of them can use it because neither of them fully own it. Obviously, Lanray is the creator and Cetro is the one that bought it. So we don't know. It kind of all depends on if they can prove that Cetro agreed to it, because Cetro has already shown proof of this coming out of his account and not out of the TypeSoul group's account, meaning that Cetro would be the primary owner if he didn't agree to this contractually, which again would take lawyers because none of us have any clue. But for the time being, TypeSoul nor Type Reborn can use the map, and whichever game does get the rights to the Hell map is going to be the game with Hell out first, obviously. And I'm sure they're not trying to make this a big deal, but this is a big deal. Whichever game does not get Hell, or does not get this map, is going to have to completely remake the map from scratch, which means that their Hell is going to come much later. Think about how much time has passed since Hell was first announced. Okay? And then think about them making an entirely new map. Now that is a massive deal because if Type Reborn gets it, TypeSoul won't have Hell for a long time. And if Type Reborn gets it, or if Type Soul gets it, my bad, then Type Reborn won't have Hell for a long time. In my opinion, this is a much bigger deal than a lot of people make it out to be. Well, even than I'm making it out to be right now, because I'm just so nonchalant. But basically, whoever gets the map will be the successful game, and that's just the facts. And obviously, both of them want it. I made a joke saying flip a coin, flip a coin for your game's future. But yeah, either way, I think whoever gets the map, unless they just agree to like both use the map, which I don't think will happen, then one of them is cooked. And honestly, I think that's both what they want. They'd rather one of them have it and the other game get cooked, because then they don't have any competition, obviously. So it makes sense for them to do this whole battle, and I hope they don't drag it out, but it is entirely possible to be dragged out. And that could actually just make Type Soul take even longer to update, which could also be another strategy. Because obviously Type Reborn isn't out, so I think their main priority is to probably try and stall. Either way, it's a very heated competition right now between the two games. Personally, I'm not really rooting for either side. But yeah, this is basically the future of both games hanging in a very small balance, because whoever gets this map will have the successful game, and that is just, it's true. On top of that, Type Soul and Type Reborn are still competing every day to make new things and new specs, new reses, shikais, shrifts, all that. While they're doing that, I'ma be cool and playing Paradox, gang. Now, regarding the developers of Type Soul, I did ask Lanray a hypothetical question about, I guess, his position in all this, because Cetro had offered him a position in Type Reborn if he wanted to, like to be the builder or whatever. And I asked him if he was going to take him up on that offer if Type Reborn did get the rights to the map. And he said he doesn't know, basically. So I guess he could. I see it as a possibility, even though he actually doesn't like Cetro for, going behind his back, using his map. He feels like it was stolen by a competitor, and I completely understand that. I get it. And if my work was taken by competitive YouTuber that I didn't like, I wouldn't be too happy either. It's like if somebody saw your art and then they just put their own watermark on it and took it and used it for themselves, but they also bought the art. So it's a very weird situation, but I wouldn't feel good about that either. Anyway, Lanray claims to say that they've had many photos of him claiming it's being made for Type Soul, and many implications. Now, obviously, they'd have to prove that Type Soul is its own IP, because it, obviously it's just bleach. It's just literally straight up bleach, with some other, copyrighted things mixed in with it. So yeah, great. Now that's all I wanted to talk about for today. A lot of very big drama today, but yeah, tomorrow, Paradox Progression. Hope you guys enjoy. Oh, and I'll also be doing a little, I guess, early access giveaway for that. So if you want that, just join the Discord, link in the description. Yeah, that's about it. Peace.